One quiet afternoon, while sitting on a park bench, something unexpected happened. Just a few steps away, an elderly man sat in stillness, while a little girl, his granddaughter perhaps, ran in circles around him, laughing and calling out, "Grandpa, look at me." He didn't respond. He just smiled. No words, no movement, just a gentle, unwavering calm. And in his eyes, a kind of peace not often seen in daily life. Something about that moment reached inward. A question surfaced softly but clearly. When was the last time peace felt as simple? When did contentment slip away so quietly? Somehow, over the years, worry had become a routine. Comparison a habit, regret a quiet companion. There had always been this belief, when there's more, there'll be gratitude. But maybe it was the other way around. Maybe because there was no gratitude, nothing ever felt like enough. That brief moment in the park felt like a bell ringing deep inside, a soft invitation to wake up. And suddenly it became clear gratitude doesn't fix everything, but it changes the way we carry what's ours to carry. This isn't a lesson. It's not expert advice. It's simply a story, real and lived, about how the quiet power of gratitude can lead back to a sense of joy once thought to be lost. Since that afternoon, the world hasn't changed much, but something within has. Now there's more space to notice the little things again. The way sunlight spills onto a kitchen table, the steam rising from a morning cup of tea, the simple presence of folded laundry still warm. No positivity didn't come rushing in overnight. There were still hard days, but slowly the view became clearer. And with that clarity came a deeper question. Why do we only remember to be grateful when things fall apart? Why do the most beautiful moments become invisible until life shakes us awake? It's not that gratitude disappears. It just gets buried under pressure, under noise, under expectation. We get busy comparing, busy regretting, busy chasing something distant while overlooking what's already quietly nourishing us. So before going any further, here's a gentle invitation. Pause, reflect, and ask, why do we forget to be grateful? And how do we remember, not through grand transformations, but through small awakenings of the heart? I used to believe that gratitude would come naturally, that as long as you lived a decent life, treated others kindly, and did the right thing, you'd automatically feel grateful. But it doesn't work that way. Gratitude doesn't come from morals or logic. It comes from something else: awareness, presence. And for many years, I was simply not present in my own life. One, because we compare constantly. We don't live in the present moment, we live in comparisons. Comparing ourselves to others. They already have grandkids and I'm still waiting. That friend is always traveling while I'm stuck at home. She has a loving husband, mine barely talks to me anymore. Then we compare with our past selves. I used to be stronger. My face didn't have these lines before. Back then, life felt more colorful. Every time we compare, we quietly drain the joy from what we already have. Two, because we focus on what's missing. We tell ourselves, I'll be happy when my children are settled, when I have more savings, when my health improves. But these when moments, they're like doors that never quite open. We wait and wait. And in all that waiting, we forget to notice what's already here. Maybe our energy isn't what it used to be, but we still have legs that let us walk. Maybe we're not wealthy, but we have warm meals and safe shelter. Maybe we feel lonely, but even that loneliness means something. We're still alive to feel it. Three, because life moves too fast. We live in a world where everything runs. The news runs, time runs, even our emotions run. We're constantly pulled by what we have to do, need to fix, or must keep up with. There's no space to pause, no space to breathe. But gratitude doesn't survive in speed. It only grows when we slow down enough to see, to listen, and to feel. A quiet question to end this part. So it's no surprise that even after 50, even after everything we've lived through, we can still feel empty, restless, unsatisfied. Not because life lacks beauty, but because we've simply forgotten to look. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha once said, "The one who knows contentment is the richest of all, not the one with the most money, not the one with the highest status, but the one whose heart no longer feels lacking." 1. Tri Tuk, contentment as the highest form of understanding. In ancient Buddhist texts, the word Trituk means to know enough or more deeply to rest in what is already here. It's not about settling or giving up. It's a kind of deep awakening, realizing that happiness doesn't come from more, but from fully seeing what already exists. Those who live with Trituk still grow, still strive, but they are no longer dragged by the constant feeling of emptiness. They walk through life with an open heart instead of a hungry mind that never feels full. 2. Gratitude is not an act, it is a state of mind. Many people think gratitude is just saying thank you or sending a gift. But in Buddhist teaching, gratitude isn't a performance. It is a mindful awareness of how deeply we are connected to everything around us. Gratitude appears when we recognize that we don't exist alone. Realize that each day we live is supported by countless unseen causes. A bowl of rice someone planted, a road someone paved, a sunrise no one can buy. To be grateful is to carry a quiet humility, the humility of someone who sees how miraculous it is to simply be alive. 3. Gratitude doesn't deny suffering, it transforms it. The Buddha never told us to pretend to be positive. He didn't ask us to ignore pain. But he did teach this, even in the midst of difficulty, if we can find just one thing to be grateful for, our heart will not close. A meditation teacher once said, "If today you only find one reason to smile, be grateful for that one reason, because even the smallest light can help you find your way out of darkness." 4. Thank you for this breath, the foundation of mindfulness. One of the simplest yet most powerful practices the Buddha taught was mindfulness of breathing. Sit quietly. Breathe in and know that you are breathing in. Breathe out and know that you are still alive. When we become present with the breath, gratitude arises naturally. No special moment is needed, no achievement required. To breathe is to be given another chance. To feel is to be fully alive. A quiet reflection to close this part. Gratitude isn't a luxury for those who have more. It is the steady shelter for those who've grown tired. In the Buddha's teachings, nothing is guaranteed. Everything we have is the fruit of many hidden blessings. Gratitude doesn't make life perfect, but it makes the heart lighter, softer, and more free. After turning 50, one quiet truth became clear. I don't need much to be happy. I don't need life to be perfect. I don't need everyone to understand everything I've been through. I just need to wake up each morning, open my eyes, and softly think, "Thank you. I'm still here. Thank you that this heart is still beating. Thank you that light still finds its way through the window. Thank you that even in loneliness, I can still feel, still care." And sometimes, just sitting on a quiet park bench, witnessing a small, ordinary moment gifted by life is enough to soften the heart. People often think gratitude follows joy, but I've learned something different. Gratitude is what creates joy. When we feel grateful, everything becomes more than enough. Not because the world has changed, but because something inside us has. When we live with gratitude, life is no longer a race. It becomes a journey of seeing, understanding, and loving. I don't share this story because it's extraordinary. I share it because I believe this feeling that something's missing is more common than we admit. Maybe you felt it too. And maybe what you're missing isn't something outside of you. Maybe it's just waiting for you to pause and notice it again. Gratitude is the gentlest way back to yourself. It doesn't require force, only a quiet moment, an honest glance, a single breath fully felt. If today there's just one thing you can be thankful for, hold on to it, because even a small flame can warm an entire heart.